Good day, friends. My name is Venkat. I'm a founder director at Practice. We are a 150 members strong Office of CFO Services provider spread across multiple countries in North America, in Europe, in the Middle East, and Asia. The purpose of this video is to provide you with a short introduction to what we do at Practice and what we stand for, and how you may potentially be able to benefit from our services. Essentially, at Practice, we are a firm of problem solvers. We are a firm of experienced CFOs and controllers who like to get our hands dirty in a very implementation-focused, hands-on role to solve problems in the finance, accounting, and IT domain. What sets us apart from most other firms is that we are not a strategy consulting firm like a McKinsey or a BCG. We do not provide any advisory or attest work like a Big Four or any other CPA firm. We also do not undertake transaction processing or outsourcing work. Essentially, our role is in the mid to high end of the CFO value spectrum, ranging in areas like budgeting, forecasting, planning, closing books of accounts on a monthly basis, finding ways to automate manual processes, implementing or re-implementing ERP or business intelligence systems. It could be in areas of cost reduction, revenue optimization, finding ways to improve the cash flow velocity in your business. It may be business process improvements. It could be work around costing and pricing models. Essentially, everything that a CFO's office in a well-run organization should be worried about is where Practice could potentially help you in what we call as a BOT model. Now, what we mean by BOT is that it's a project-based intervention where we design and build the solution for you. The O is that we operate the solution for you at your company, which is a very, very important step to establish the credibility of the solution that we are recommending and implementing. But eventually, what we would like to do is the T, which is to transfer the solution, the running solution that has been practically proven on the ground, eventually to your team. So who are the companies or client groups who may find our services useful? So if you are a CFO of a mid to large corporation that requires a one-off intervention in your finance, accounts, or IT department, and these may be projects that are probably one time in the lifetime of your company. So let's say it could be a post-merger integration, or let's say you're taking your company for a public listing, or let's say you're getting your company ready for a private equity raise, then possibly Practice could be useful to you. The other situation could be where if there has been considerable underinvestment in your company in finance and IT in the past, and this is typically found when, let's say, a private equity fund comes in or a venture capital fund comes in, and maybe they start off with a due diligence report prepared by a CPA firm that's been done immediately prior to their investment. And probably you as an investment partner in the private equity fund requires someone like Practice to come in, put a team of people in to essentially clean up the past or improve the accounting, reporting, and governance standards at your newly acquired investee. So that's a second situation where clients have found that our intervention is quite useful. The third could be that maybe you are a consulting firm that's based in the US, and let's say that you've got a client that's headquartered in the US but who has got operations outside the US, and assuming that you as a firm do not have offices outside the US, say in Africa or in Asia or any other Anglophone countries, you could potentially look at Practice to act as your arms and legs on the ground to provide solutions to your clients in the geographies where do not have a full-fledged office. A fourth situation could be that if you are a family managed business, if you are a promoter or an organization, and you're keen to bring a professional CFO on board, but before you do that, there are areas which you yourself know need to be cleaned up, need to be strengthened, then you may choose to bring in Practice and its team of professionals to help you put your finance department in place so that the full-time on-roll CFO who you're going to be hiring for your business it can actually take over from us and run a fully operating finance and accounting system. What sets us apart from most of the firms is the fact that we are a highly implementation focused organization. We are not advisory, as I explained earlier. We express the contribution that we make to our clients not in terms of activities or tasks or in terms of the time and material that we spend, but it's expressed in terms of the results delivered to client. So that could be X million dollars of cost saved, or X million dollars of revenues optimized, or reduction in your total cost of funding by X bips, or it could be things like reduction in the total time that it takes you to see your MIS, say after the month end, from say maybe month end plus 21 days to maybe month end plus 5 days. It could be possibly finding ways to improve the cash flow velocity. So let's say your working capital deployment, which is say maybe 60 days today, probably could come down to 52 days. So those are the very specific measurable targets that we typically tend to take on when we start with engagements. And it's important for us to be able to define these targets, because we would like to align with our clients on what they believe constitutes success right at the beginning of the project. The second thing which distinguishes us from several other firms is the fact that we are a fixed fee service offering. So what we mean by that is, once we have taken on the specific measurable target, we would also give you the total number of months or years within which the result would be delivered. So let's say that we have taken on a target to deliver X million dollars in savings, and let's say we have said it will take us 9 months to deliver that. You essentially do not have to necessarily pay for the 10th or the 11th or the 12th month. That risk is underwritten by practice. So you're essentially paying not for our time, but you're really paying for the results that you see on the ground. The third aspect of the differentiation is that our solutions are not necessarily about people alone. In several of the projects, we would deploy more than 1 or 2 team members. We have done up to a maximum of 15 or 20 people in a single project. But quite apart from the staff augmentation solution, it's about the IT solutions that we bring to the table. So my practice currently uses a combination of proprietary IT tools, and we have got partnerships with about 20 odd product companies. So essentially, when our team comes in to your organization to study your systems and processes, we are thinking not just about how the problem can be solved on a one-time basis using our team, but we're also thinking about how this solution can be something sustainable and long-lasting at your organization by deploying an IT tool that will stay behind with you to make sure that these problems do not recur in the future. At this present point in time, we have offices in Atlanta and New York, and we have aspirations to spread our wings beyond the East Coast. If you believe that your organization or any of your clients is likely to benefit from Practice's intervention, we would be very, very happy to hear from you. More details about Practice can be found on our website, which is www.practiceinc, that's practusinc.com. I just want to sign off by saying that Practice is Latin and is Latin for results. So if you're looking to achieve specific measurable results in the finance domain in your organization, probably we are the right partners to be working with you. Ciao.